you're not new, glad you dropped back in. We're going to do a pick a card reading for the month of October because I am crunched for time lately. And we got to get it out, right? We got to do it. We got to get you guys what you need over there, wherever you are. So we're going to do 3 piles. I'm doing the shuffling. I've been shuffling. Got 2 new decks to share with you today. Got the Hocus Pocus Tarot deck. I'm sure you've seen it already. Came out last year, I think, something like that. And we got the DC. Ooh, I'm gonna put those back in. We got the DC Comics superhero deck, which is kind of cool. The Insight editions, both Insight editions, put both of these decks out. I put them together and mix them together, which I think I eventually will do, but we'll see. Because they're the same size and everything, so. Alright. We're going to do pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. And grab these guys. I hope you all are getting festive. I start in like August, but I know that's not for everybody, but I love this time of year. I mean, I almost like want to do Halloween a little early every time because where I'm from, a lot of the time it's really cold by Halloween. But oh, we're dropping. Okay. So I'm already in Halloween mode. I've got my costume pretty much planned out. I don't know if you guys are. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that for pile 1. I just felt like it needed to be pile 1. Okay. Let's go back now and get 1 more card each from this deck. Pile 1. Okay, this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. And we'll do it one more time. Oh. Pile and 3. Okay. Are we ready? I hope so. All right, so pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I'll give you guys a second. Okay, I'll set these guys aside. Pile 1. Oh, I put it there, so I'm leaving it there. All right. 6 of Wands, pile 1. Currently receiving acclaim, victory over achievements. conquering life in some sort of way. I feel like in the past you had been, you hit a wall of some kind with some production, some sort of results. Might have you might have been making progress, making headway, and then you kind of plateaued to a certain extent. But you analyzed in the past what could make it better, what needed to be tweaked, um, and because of that analyzation and that thought and intent that was put into cultivating what you were working on, you've now presently are about to or are currently receiving acclaim for something that you've been doing. This can be at your job. This can be some sort of hobby that you have. Maybe you have your own business. It's harvest time, and not only has it been harvest time, but it's other people noticing your skill, your trade, your craft. The next card after the Seven of Pentacles is the Eight of Pentacles, and that would be about really refining, working really hard to achieve something. So you backtrack to a certain extent and then are now being recognized for your achievements because of the work that you put in and the reworking of whatever you have been working towards. What you're thinking about maybe going back to school or furthering your education in regards to something. This could be a trade school. This could be anything that would advance your skill level. Like I said, we're looking for that next pinnacle, and we're going to get there by learning or studying our craft, right? We're going to get there by doing the steps it takes in order to become the pro, which you're on your way to. You're being recognized for something, so it's not that people aren't seeing the value of what you do. They're honoring you for it right now, but you're looking to even further your abilities in some sort of way. Maybe there's like an add-on licenseship that you need in order to make this a business, or maybe you want to go to school and get some sort of certification under your belt to help better whatever you're doing now. There's things that you're a novice at. You've kind of gotten to the point of mastery of as far as you can go on your own in this situation, and now you're looking for mentorship. You're looking for something that you can, someone that can show you the ropes, and that you can develop your own technique after building a foundation of knowledge with. There is this very Pentacles thing, so I'm thinking that this is more work related, but it doesn't have to be. It can be literally a craft or a hobby that you'll be turning into something that that will eventually could make you some money or a career. What you're not aware of right now is that there's balance here. There's this is your truth, maybe. This is what you're meant to do. This is in harmony with what the divine and you together are creating. This also can be about law. So if you've been in any way, shape, or form an authority figure, or getting into studying law, or even getting into being in the legal system of any kind, whether that's forensic science or maybe you're a paralegal and you want to become a lawyer, or there's something here about anything judicial, anything government related. I like to see Capricorn, but I do have that energy here with the Pentacles anyway. So you might have just graduated even from school because of the Six of Wands. That's the achievement, the milestone, the victory, coming home and being acknowledged for the effort that you put into something, and you're being revered as somebody who is an expert at something now. Or on your way to doing an internship of some kind to further your, I mean, that's, we go to school, we graduate, we sometimes have to do more, furthering our education. So this could be about furthering your education through an internship somewhere or something like that. But the Justice card has to do with divine balance of things, making things fair, making things equal. This could be anything to do with humanitarian efforts. It's also ruled by Libra, and Libra's Libra's ruled by Venus. And Venus is about beauty and aesthetics as well. So this can be about anything to do with, like I said, legal or the balance or fairness of something, but it also has to do with the balance or aestheticism of something, the aesthetics of something. So it can be balancing the way something looks through decor, through art, through makeup artistry, through you could be an eyebrow wax lady. I mean, an esthetician. This has to do with those kinds of things. And Libra is for the people, and is very much the other, right? Because it's the balance of the zodiac. It's the scales. It's what holds everything in place, and it reflects everything. So this is about you and me. This is about other people, engaging with partnerships, and this can be wedding planning. This can be anything that has to do with partnerships or mediatorships, or this is anything where you and I get together and we create something else together. We can, create good mental health for yourself, right? Or for somebody else. If you're going to a therapist, that's a partnership of some kind. There's any kind of legal aid, any kind of mental health aid, any kind of beauty aid, helping people with their looks or fashion or anything like that. So that's all going to fall under this Justice card. But you're not aware that something is balanced. You might be feeling like maybe in the past you hit a wall and you're not feeling like either you're helping the situation or that maybe something is balanced. Maybe you're not having a balanced approach. Maybe you've been working very hard on something in the past and you feel like your life has been off balance as well, that you've been giving to this education, this advancement of some kind, a lot more than maybe it's paying off. But it's saying that it is balanced and that everything will recalibrate itself as it needs to in divine order. Now, in the future, you have the Five of Lightning. This is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords can talk about, in the most mundane sense, a hollow victory, an argument that no one really wins at, or that you win something, but it's at the expense of someone else. Whether that's on purpose, whether that's just can't be helped because there's always one winner in this case. There's something here where you best somebody. So if this has been a legal situation that's just happened to come through, there will be a win, and it seems like presently you're the one that's on top of things. You're the one that's getting the A-OK from the divine, from the powers that be. There is a competition of sorts, a battle of sorts but you're the one that's coming out on top. But you might feel bad for the others that were involved in the situation. There could be some kind of loss for somebody else. Maybe you and your friend both applied to the same school. You get in, they don't. Maybe you both put in, you and a sibling both put in for a raffle of some kind. This is most general, mundane, basic example. And you win, and they don't get it, and you have the new car stereo. I don't know what it is. It'll be different for every one of you. But there is something here about coming out on top, winning, being recognized as the victor of a situation, but then almost like you might even get some flack from the other side, some jealousy, some mumbles, passive aggressive, tail between the legs kind of. Well, they had to win. That's what I'm getting from this. I also see her like she's raising up. She's got her lasso of truth, right? The one that like makes you tell the truth. So, in some regard, you are unaware that your truth is being heard in some sort of way, and that there is going to be, it's going to be noticed by others, and it's going to be heard. And so if this is a legal situation, it might have taken a long time to get to this point. You didn't think it was going anywhere, and then now presently you're victorious, and in the future you might feel a little bit guilty about the person that was involved in the situation, because the other person is gonna feel the burn. That's kind of how life happens sometimes. But I see you learning from the situation. Maybe you're reminiscing about when you went to school, and maybe this has to do with something to do with school. Like I said, it could be about you getting into the school you want and somebody else not getting into it, or not getting what they want. Or maybe you're getting into the school that you want, and the other person, your best friend, then realizes that you're going to be moving away across the country to go to school, and they're not going to see you anymore. And so there's some kind of win here, major victory, but there is something that's kind of bittersweet about it. A hidden truth may surface that leads you to this victory as well, with the way the cards are placed. It's going to come in suddenly, because I do have this lightning here, and I normally don't read cards, pip decks, in this way, or I try not to. I try to read them like traditionally, but I am getting, there's a lot of lightning here, so I feel like your truth is going to be heard, and this other person is really going to get a lot of flack for whatever this is. They might be trying to dodge the truth in this situation. Or that your truth is kind of painful to them in some sort of way. Like your victory, your truth is causing them a lot of kind of chaos, or maybe emotional turmoil as well. Maybe it's causing fights for them. Maybe they've, maybe they said something, or they lied about something, and it's causing, people are seeing now that you were speaking your truth, and you were honest about a situation, and now it's not looking so great for them. They're getting a lot of flack, or they're losing out in some sort of way. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I'm getting. I don't know why I'm getting this random thing. This could be having to do with some sort of. I'm getting a cake. Something about cake decorating. I mean, I did say it was a Venusian type thing. So if that's something that you are, that this reading is about for you, it's resonating for you, please put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Anything else? Anything else? This person or these people that are losing out in the near future, they might try to jump you down off your horse as you ride into town. They don't want people knowing that you are actually the chosen one in this situation. They don't want to look bad to other people, I think. Maybe they lied and now they look like a jerk about something. Maybe they're super jealous, like I said, or whatever waves you're creating are really hitting them hard for some reason. But there is something here about learning in school and studying and trying to perfect your craft in some sort of way. This is also about taking some financial steps for, pilgrimage. I always say pilgrimage, but it's milestone. It's a financial milestone. I don't have anything that would suggest like getting your first house. Otherwise, I would say maybe you're getting your first house and somebody's like, why don't I have a house? Or something like that. There's something here about you getting to the finish line and someone else is left in the dust and they're not very happy about it. But oh well, sucks to be them. On to the next one. Okay, I'm just going to pull these aside here. Sorry, cards. I don't like to throw my cards, but sometimes I have very little arm reaching abilities. All right, there we go. Pile 2. Pile 2. Okay. Now we've got the 5 of Wands in the center. In the past, pile 2, you had some sort of heartbreak, some sort of realization that things were just going to be disappointing, that they weren't going to become what you thought they would be. They weren't what you thought they would be. There was some sort of deception or betrayal of some kind, disappointment. And now currently you're coming into this celebration, this foundation has been reestablished in some sort of way. This is going to have to do with a house. I just said that in the previous pile. If you watched pile 1, I did talk about a house. This can have to do with a property of some kind, but it also can be like a wedding, a celebration, a milestone as well. So in the past, you might have been engaged and it didn't happen, and now it's happening. In the past, you might have worked really hard to maybe putting yourself through school, and you had to drop out. Life just happened, and you couldn't finish school for whatever reason. But there is a progression here. Something happens that's disappointing, but it's a 3, and then we go to the 4. So it's as if sequentially there's something that was disappointing, that caused some grief or sorrow, that is now actually celebrated or being celebrated. This can have to do with realization that something was actually a blessing in disguise. What you're thinking about, what's on your mind, or what you're aware of, is that you're kind of feeling like at an impasse, like you can't move forward with something, that you're kind of stuck in a situation. And although there is the possibility that you can get yourself out of this situation, you're feeling a little bit caged in mentally right now. You're feeling like you can't really do anything about it. Maybe you bought a house and there was some problems with it, and now you're stuck with the house. But there's something here about, I don't have any cups. So what I'm thinking is, I don't know if it's necessarily a marriage that this could be relating to, that you got into a marriage, there was maybe some disappointment, you thought this person was more loyal, they were not loyal, but now you have a house and the picket fence and the damn dog, and you're like, now what do I do? Because I'm stuck. This person didn't, it was a frog. I can't really get out of the situation. I live with this person. We have a fixed income. I can't move out. There's something here about the progression of something, or the realization of something that was negative, leading to some sort of foundation. Normally that foundation is celebrated, that there's some sort of, there's an achievement here, there's a happiness here, there is something that we have attained in the middle presently here. But we're feeling stuck somehow, like we can't move forward to the next phase because of this disappointing thing that's happened. Maybe it was financial. Maybe finances have been really hard and you don't know how you're going to keep something. There is a lot of feeling sad about something and also feeling like you can't move forward, thinking that there's very limited options to move forward, or it's not, the timing isn't right, or the money isn't right, or there's just so many things, and it's a little daunting. You're feeling daunted by being what is the next step? I don't know what else to do now that I've gotten this thing, I've attained this thing. And it could have been that you had received an inheritance and it cost you a family member or a loved one, and now you have this house presently. And now you don't really know what to do with it. Like, you're like, do I fix it up? Do I sell it? I don't really have the money to live anywhere else, so I got to live in it. What do I do with it? What you're not aware of is that there's the 4 and the 4. Now, if this has to do with the house, it could be an electrical problem. I will say that. That is something random that is coming through. A lot of electrical issues. It's like you want to rest. You need rest. You're not aware that you need to just chill out and take a breather in order to figure out the situation from the inside of you out. You need to get clear minded. And, you know, it might have been kind of a painful situation and you're still need recovery from the past. You need, and this is also sequential. This is sequential and this is sequential. So it has something to do with that loss in the past. And because they're both fours, I'm taking that you might have gotten the house in a divorce or somebody passed away and you feel like you should get going on painting it, or you should get going on selling it, or you should figure out what the next step is or where you want to plant your roots after going through some sort of loss, but you're really needing time. You're being it's almost as if I had the Hangman here, because I have that 4 of Swords and I have that 4 of Wands, and there's a lot of respite in the home that's needed right now. You might have really bad anxiety. You might not want to leave your home. You might not have a lot of money to go out and do anything other than stay home. There's something here about maybe an electrical bill that you're having a hard time paying, robbing Peter to pay Paul kind of situation. But there's something here about having to being forced to relax. Maybe you got injured. Maybe that's what the very serious, disappointing kind of thing that happened in the past is that you were injured in some sort of way, whether that was emotionally or physically, and you're kind of stuck at home. I mean, God forbid, but maybe you got in trouble and you stuck at home. There's something here about being stuck and feeling like, but I think that it's saying that you need to be happy with this in some sort of way. You need to find the silver lining in this, because you need to rest right now, because this is important to get clear on what's going to go next, or figure out a way around a situation. If you take the time to relax and take care of yourself as best you can, you'll be able to move forward and figure out what it is you need to do, what it is you need to juggle in the future in order to make this situation bearable, make this situation work for you, make more money. There's something here about being stuck at home because of a disappointing situation and not having probably a lot of money. And there's something here about these 2 of Pentacles here. Jupiter and Capricorn. I want to say Jupiter in Capricorn. Jupiter in Capricorn is like, there's obligations, but I'm making light of those obligations. It's making the best of a situation that is less than ideal and working towards eventually finding some stability financially or tangibly. It's also looking at the duality of a situation. Yeah, this is a lot of annoyance. Yeah, this is a lot of work, but I can make light of this and I can do this. I can figure out a way to get around this. This is also, I find this to be a creative and playful way at getting the job done. This is the supercalifragilistic, expialidocious kind of card. You know, you sing the song and the job is done, you know. The 7 of Pentacles. There's that 7 of Pentacles again. I think that you go from not having enough but trying to make it work to reaching a wall with your progress. You're like, okay, in the future, it's hard. I get through it. I juggle through it. I figure it out. And then there's something that comes up and you're like, damn, how do I get around this? But there is progress. There's a lot of progress. I think you need to be taking a look and really analyzing just how far you've come from this last big, huge, shit in your parade. Excuse my French. Hope the algorithm doesn't hate me too much, but whatever. The Queen of Candles. You're going to attract. You're going to figure out how to attract some sort of you're going to use your popularity, your finesse, your exuberance, your go-getter kind of mentality, your attraction abilities, whether that be physical attraction, monetary attraction. You're going to figure out a way to have fun with this, or to attract what you need to finish the job. There's something here about like being, it's not a fake it until you make it, isn't it? That's not what I'm trying to get at, but she doesn't have a hard time getting what she needs, right? She's having fun. She is attracting, to look at. She's the life of the party, But she knows what she wants and she goes for it. Okay? You're gonna eventually get to the point where you're ending that tough cycle. The Nine of Wands comes up after her. So you're definitely on your way. It's just right now is a juggling time. You may feel really caught up mentally and emotionally about the situation. But there is something here about either teaming up with somebody who can help you in the near future, or getting playful about it, being able to laugh it off when it's a bad day, and just keep pushing forward and thinking of creative or playful ways of making the job a little less horrible. And it seems like you take leaps and bounds. You reach a point where you might need to charm the pants off somebody to help you in a situation, and you get the help you need, and then you're right at the end of the finish line. And then what happens after that? I know I shouldn't do this because it extends everything much longer. The Page of Wands. You get your excitement back because you have the resources available to you in some sort of way. You're able to not have to worry about the resources anymore. All right, group 2. Thank you. Okay. I'm just going to quickly do a shuffle for these guys. All right, group 3. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to do it this way then. Okay. So for you, group 3, scooch in, get comfortable. All right, group 3. you're getting really clear about what you're going for. You've got the vision. You're the chick or the guy with the vision, or you're the they or the them with the vision, or you're just that person with the vision. You know where your sights are set mentally, and now you're willing to put in the action to manifest what you're looking to create, what you've been envisioning for your life in some sort of way. Now, in the past, you've attained completion of a really difficult, challenging cycle. It might have been very exhausted. You might have been in burnout for a while, and then you finally got to the end of the mountain, and now you're at the top of the mountain, and now you got to come back down. The burden is over, except for now you got to go back down the mountain. So I see you now heading back down that other side of the mountain. You can see clearer now that you've been at the top of the mountain. You've achieved. There's that climax period. Oh, thank God, it's over. But now I have to get back down. But it's a good thing I'm going back down, because I can see very far now. I can see what I couldn't see before as I was carrying up all this crap up the top of the mountain. Now, you're gonna, because you can see clearly in your mind's eye and visually, I'm thinking, you can achieve, because you just got over this huge thing. You've accomplished this huge thing. You've got some experience. You've got some wisdom from the situation. But right now, for some reason, you feel like something is getting the best of you. There's something here that you feel that you're losing to. That you can't quite, you might not be able to put a finger on it. It's as if you're beating yourself up that you have to go back down the other side of the mountain now. You're like, well, I got to the top. Why can't a helicopter just pick me up here and drop me off down there? Why do I have to go back down this mountain again? It's very annoying. You're feeling like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like it's, but you need to do it. There's nothing else you can do. You have to go back down the mountain. Now, this mountain obviously is not a real mountain. Unless you're going to Kilimanjaro or something soon, we're not talking about a mountain. We're talking about point A to point B. Want to get to C, but we have to go to point B now. What you're not aware of is that there will be a path that will open. There will be some sort of path that will open, that will allow you to traverse, to enter a new it's like a portal. It's like you're going to be able to find a new avenue, a new passion along this way of going back down this mountain. You're going to find a shortcut. There's something here about finding a shortcut. Not a shortcut in the sense of, I want like the Seven of Swords shortcut, like I'm going to do whatever I can to get out of a situation or get away with something. But this is more of, you're going to find something on this journey that you're on that is going to lead you down a path that will spark your passion and your interest in life again, that will create something new for you in your life, or that you will be able to create something new by going down this path that you would have not been able to go down without going down the side of the mountain where you didn't want to go down, because it was just going to cost you something on the way down for some reason. Maybe physically cost you something, maybe mentally cost you something, maybe there's something here about you're able to enter this new type of existence because you're taking the road maybe less traveled down the other side of the mountain. And I just noticed the King of Swords and the Knight of Lightning, they're the same guy. They're the same guy. They have vision. They know where they're going. So you can still see in the future even clearer. Like it's like you move into the future. He's on foot and this guy's on a bus. If this has anything to do with you getting a car, please put it in the comments. But like, it's like you get upgraded. You get an upgrade because you had to go down and do this extra traversing of the mountain. You pass through this milestone, this place of it that takes you to a new place where you can then look to new resources, new understanding of what you're passionate about, and move forward at a much faster pace than you are now. You might have ended up on the top of this mountain and left behind in an unfair way. You might have felt defeated in some sort of way in a situation, or cheated in some sort of way in a situation. But because you went through this, you get more. You might not be able to see this part of it, but you will see. There's something here about having completely clear vision forward. And this is a door. And this is a door. It's a window, but it's a door. You know, you can get out of it. It's like the doors were closed in the past to something. You had to backtrack. You lost out in some sort of situation. So you tuck your tail between your legs and you kind of go down where you need to go down, even though you don't want to, even though it sucks. And then you see these golden doors. And you go down a new path. It reroutes you. It's a new route. Temperance being under the Two of Wands says to me that there is an alchemization that will be taking place. There is a new way, a new art that you will be creating or learning or experiencing. There's something here about if you hadn't gone down this hard side of the mountain, this tough terrain, then you wouldn't have been alchemically ready to experience this new venture, this new dynamic that you will be getting into. You wouldn't be able to handle it in some sort of way, but now you can, because you've learned the terrain. You've learned how it is. You've learned what this competitive kind of situation is, or you've learned that people out there are tough and you got to be tough. And so you're bringing this new toughness that you've just, this callousness to your situation, and therefore not in a negative way, but you are bringing this kind of hard exterior shell that's going to protect you from any bumps in the road, on the road in the future. And this movie, I just got, if you guys have not seen Hocus Pocus, the first one, you have to watch it. It's so good. I've watched both of them, but the first one's really, really good. I love the second one too, and they have a third one coming out in 2024, which hopefully by then Disney Plus will reduce their prices so everyone can afford to watch it. But there's this like point in this part of the movie where the girls get on the bus, the witches get on the bus, and Sarah Jessica Parker goes, speed bump, and so that's what I just see, like, it's just like a little speed bump. What was a mountain becomes a little speed bump for you in the future. You kind of just cruise over it like it's nothing. I hope that makes sense. Pile 3. All right, guys. I will hopefully see you soon. I've been busy. I will try to post a little more this month. Especially I got a couple new decks. I want to start, breaking them in. All right. Take care. Bye.